Hi, my name is Gabriela from TulipArt Designs, and on this channel we are getting creative. I'm giving you watercolor sketching ideas, tips and tricks, and now we are doing the 100 watercolor sketches in 2025 challenge that I started for myself, but everyone was so interested in, so I thought I will help you join. And today is day 3, so I want to show you what we have. So let me show you what do we have for today. We have a lighthouse. It's one of my favorites, and I'm so excited to show you how to paint this. So I already have I'm also looking if you are seeing well. I already have a pencil sketch, and if you need the outlines template, you can find it on my Patreon once you are a member there. It's just $5 a month, so I will leave a link below in case you want to check it out. Now I will start with inking my sketch, and as usual I really enjoy and I really like the sketchy style. So instead of drawing like 100% realistic illustrations, I just go a bit sketchy. I am doing lots of scribbles and stuff like this. I think I didn't mention anything about my supplies. I was so excited to just start, but I have my watercolors. I use my Mary Blue. Any watercolor will do the job. You will probably have a different result if you are using different colors or different brand. Then I have my water resistant pen. It's an ink fine liner. I use size 02. Then I have a Jelly Roll pen in case I want to add a highlight in the end. Round brush. It's a watercolor brush. It's the size 10. Number 8 will also do the same job. I have some water and a paper towel. Now I'm using my sketchbook, but also loose watercolor paper sheet will do the job. Okay, let's just keep adding our grass here. So it's this kind of a high grass that you can see around the dunes. And I'm going very quickly with my pen, but of course if you like nice and smooth lines, you can always do them. Sometimes I am adding one extra line, maybe another one that is very long, so the illustration will be more dense, and I really don't like this repetitive elements, so I'm just adding a few big ones. Okay, let me just draw our lighthouse. So I was quite obsessed with lighthouses, so I had a few of these, but I like this one the most, so I thought I will show you how to make it. And then another window here. Okay, and you can trace your page. I will leave also a video how to transfer the outlines on watercolor paper. There are a few ways. If you have a printer that can print on watercolor paper, of course you can do this and start tracing directly. Okay, there is some kind of a window here with these frames, and then the top Okay. Like this. Okay, I will use my eraser to clean my pencil lines. I really don't like to see them after I add watercolor, and once you add watercolor you can't erase these lines, so make sure to erase them if you don't want to have them, because watercolor is transparent, so you will probably see them. Okay, otherwise you can have them, you know, the pencil lines, you can have them very light, so you will not see them, but I really like to just erase them, so it's easier. Now let's start with our sand dunes here. So what I'm usually doing is to add water. So we are adding water almost everywhere where we have the dunes. And then I will grab some yellow ochre, very transparent. I have burned sienna and we'll add it to my yellow ochre. And I will just make a few brush strokes. I have something from my eraser. And then we will not have very hard edges, but the paint is just bleeding into the water, into the wet surface. So we can just enjoy this and let it go. I just took a little bit more concentrated yellow ochre and added it around the edges, so I have this darker moments, and I'm literally just tapping with my brush just like this. Now until this is drying, I want to make the red parts of the lighthouse and this one as well. Now I will grab some of my red. Let me make sure that you are seeing. Okay. And then I am just tapping around the edges and letting it bleed. Also here. If you want to make it darker, you just take more paint and tap where you want to make it darker. I'm literally letting paint do its job, and I'm not bothering if, you know, my paint is not perfect enough. If I have, wait, this is from my eraser. So I just let it go. Okay, here we are going to paint the rooftop also red, like this. All right, now I think I need this to dry before we continue with the other parts of the lighthouse and the grass. And while we are waiting for this to dry, I will just make our sky. So using only water, I will try not to touch my red. I will make some kind of a, imagine clouds, so they really have organic shape. And I'm making these organic shapes with my brush. I'm really not trying to make something specifically. But something that you can see coming from here going to the other side of the lighthouse. Then I have this Payne's gray. I also have some Peruvian blue. I will add more water to it so it will be more transparent, and then tap here, so it will actually look like that all of these white spots are our clouds, and somewhere we have some sky. Okay, and the same on the other side, so you can see how the paint is bleeding and moving around. So I am just trying to enjoy it, and I am not bothering if it's not exactly what I wanted it. But enjoying the moment and enjoying how this paint is moving, it's quite satisfying for me. I will take a little bit of that same blue and make a few splashes, just like this. It's a messy technique. So I am really trying to not mess up my whole illustration, which just happened. But watercolor sketching is about letting it go. So if something like this happens, then it's okay. Leave it. It has some beauty in it. How the colors just bleed in each other, how they mix on the paper. That's nice. So let it just be. That's okay. Now I will use these small splashes here. With a clean brush, I just blend them around. So now there is like the same touch of blue, like from the sky, also on the ground. So this way your illustration just starts to work like one thing. Okay, so if you have one color in the upper part of your illustration, you have to see it also somewhere else, so the whole illustration starts to, you know, work together. Okay, now I need this to dry. I have my heat gun to speed up the process. If you don't have one, just go grab a tea or another drink or a snack and come back to it in a few minutes. Okay, now that this is dry, let's make the grass and the rest of the lighthouse. Now, if you feel like this brush is too big for the grasses, you can take a small number. I will go with this one because this brush has a very nice tip, and if you use only the tip, you can make quite nice tiny lines. And then I will just go like this and add some green lines where I also have my ink grasses. So I am kind of following my lines. You can definitely make them different thicknesses, sometimes thinner one and sometimes more thicker ones, or you can make it as leaf, like starting small and then you can have a very slight push. Let's put the same thing also over here. So let's fill the whole ground with this. And I am not really trying to make a perfect grass. It's literally sketching with the brush. Let's pick a bit more green. Okay, just like this. I need a little bit of this yellow ochre that I had for my ground. And I have here, let me just show you, some purple. And when you mix them with the yellow ochre, I will also add a little bit of this Payne's gray, so you get some kind of a gray tone. And I will use it with lots of water to create a feeling that this is with a circle shape. So I will make one stroke, and then with a clean and almost dry brush, I will blend this inside to the center of the lighthouse. Then while this is still wet, I am just adding another darker tone, and with the clean brush I am blending it to the center. Okay, and again a little bit of darker just here on the edge, and then it will bleed to the inner part. Okay, we can make the same here and a little bit darker, because my paper is warm. You can see that it starts drying differently, so I will use my clean brush to blend these parts like this. Okay, and that's gonna be it. Of course, if you think that you need bigger difference between the middle part, you can always lift some paint. You need a clean brush and completely dry for this technique. And you are lifting paint with pushing the brush to the paper. You can do this while it's still wet. If it's already dry, you can't lift anything. Okay? Okay, I think that's it. I have some hard lines here, and it's all because I had my paper still quite warm from the heat gun. That's why it was drying differently. So when this happens, you get some hard edges, but that's okay. As we said, that watercolor sketching is about letting it go and enjoying the process, right? Okay, I think that's our a little bit moody or not really fresh, and that's I think that's it with the watercolor. Let me dry the illustration, and then we can add some highlights. Okay, now that this is dry, I just want to add a few lines here around the edges, and also here. I want to fill the windows here with white, and also here. So this is the plus, basically, when you forget to leave a white spot, you can always fix it either with a jelly roll pen or bleed proof white or gouache. This is always nice idea. And the last thing is to make the door here. So let me grab, if you have black, you can use black, but I don't have black on my palette. So what I'm doing here is mixing burnt umber with Payne's gray, and I have quite dark color that I usually use. Okay. Just like this. So that's it. I think we can call it done for today. That was it for today. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you need the outlines, the templates are available on my Patreon. I will link it below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss any of the other videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!